in the Etherland. Welcome to Two Funny Mamas. I am Sherri Shepherd.
And I am Kym Whitley.
This is really exciting because this is our first venture into podcasting. So if we make a couple mistakes, like 2 mistakes or 12 mistakes, please give us a little bit of grace because we're learning as we go. Right, Kym?
Yes, like picking my teeth. I feel like something in my tooth right now.
I feel like you should have eaten before we did the podcast.
I did. I just didn't get to brush because you always rushing me.
Well, I just have to say the podcast was supposed to have started half an hour ago. I was here a minute before the half an hour because I like being on time.
You like because Barbara Walters changed you and made you.
I was a co-host on The View for 7 or 8 years. One of the co-hosts of the ABC talk show The View, and the maternal founder Barbara Walters did not play when it came to being late. So I'm usually early because, being in Hollywood, you're used to, doing whatever on your own schedule. And I tried that my first day at The View, like for a week, I was coming in 20 minutes late and I would always come in and go, it is traffic and cars. And I live right across the street from The View. The ducks were walking across the street and made me late. And Barbara Walters turned to me. I want you to be me. And I want you to just come in with an excuse.
Okay, I'm going to be you? Okay, all right.
Yes.
Look, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I'm late, but the subway number 5 was not running.
Do you want this job, dear?
Yeah, but the subway was running late.
Don't be late again. I was never late again.
I bet
7
you
years
were.
later. I was never late for 7, 8 years. I was on time, early.
You're on time. You look absolutely beautiful in your little Mother's Day powder blue situation going on.
That's what I didn't get to say was Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Happy Mother's Day, Kym Whitley.
Thank you very much. Happy Mother's Day, Sherri Shepherd. Now that's today, the day of our launch is on Mother's Day. What a perfect day. But if you watch it later on, Happy Mother's Day anyway.
Happy Mother's Day anyway. We thought it was really special to launch our podcast, Two Funny Mamas, on Mother's Day because we are mothers and we love being mothers. And you and I waited later in life to become mothers. I mean, I shouldn't be speaking for you.
No, you speaking for me.
Yeah, because for me, I was like, Mother's Day means so much to me because I waited. I didn't have my baby at 15 like a lot of other people in my family. I waited until I was older because I really wanted to get career stuff out of the way and I wanted to enjoy my son. So, but there's downsides, Kym, to having a baby when you're older. I don't know if you know that.
There are a lot of, I know. Like I'm tired right now. He could be burning the house down right now. I'm just going to sit here.
Because you're too tired to get up. Yes. Do you even remember? See, this is the thing, the memory. Do you even remember where your, what's the thing, the hose that puts out the fires? You remember where it is?
Oh, my fire extinguishers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but they real empty. I'm sure I ain't checked them in 2 years. They probably dried up.
Probably because you've been using them. If your toys falter, that's a good go-to is a fire hydrant.
Wait a minute.
Oh my
God. It's hot. So I take him outside and spray Joshua.
Woo! That's a good one. See, that's the thing is it's an incredible, beautiful thing to wait until you're older to have your child because you really enjoy them. You really, it's just nice because you're able to do the things that you want to do, but you don't have the stamina. Literally, like Jeffrey will wake me up and go, "Mom, what are we going to do today?" And I go, "Get the remote control." That I have taught my son to be a homebody. I'm like, you know what's fun, Jeffrey? Why don't we take a nap?
Yeah, no, you're right. So
that's one of the things, but it's still a great Mother's Day. And we're wishing everybody out there happy Mother's Day. And if you're not a mother, then you know what? You know somebody. You may know some children in your life, and you may mother them. And I'm not gonna say Happy Father's Day because some men get mad because they go, "Well, what about us?" We'll get you on Father's Day.
On Father's Day, relax.
Yeah, we would like to enjoy this day because so much is taken from us. So we would just like to enjoy being a mother. Another downside, Kym
Yes.
Whitley, to being an older mother. I forgot to ask Jeffrey for a Mother's Day gift. Did Joshua make you anything?
I'm going to remind him. I forgot to say, hey, Mother's Day's coming up. Mother's Day's coming up. And I'm going to give him some paper. He's going to draw me a picture or put some macaroni on it or something. But
I
I'll
don't
be
want no
honest
more
with you.
macaroni stuff.
I
I
don't
don't want
want
no
to do
more.
nothing. I don't want to do nothing today. Being a mother during this COVID quarantine situation has to be testing every mother in the world because
Yeah.
you are with your child 24/7 hours a day. Yes, it is. So I want all the mothers today to do nothing.
We just want
Just
to shout you
relax.
out. Just relax. We want you to. It's because, you know, with this, and this is something, is there something that you have realized being in quarantine about yourself, being a mother? What are some of the realizations that have come to you?
um, I got to get better patience. Um,
I know. I
I
know.
gotta
I
work
thought I was
on.
patient. I'm not patient.
No, you
If I
gotta
hear the word
be
mama one
patient.
more time, I finally told Jeffrey, just call me Sherri. Just call me Sherri. I can't take it. Call me baby, call me sweet thing, call me little mama, call me shorty. Just stop
But
using the
you,
word mom. Stop using the word mama. You could say hey
mommy,
you, mommy.
I,
Don't do that.
yes,
I never thought I would hate to hear the sound of mommy. Can you help me? Mommy, can you help me?
mommy this, mommy that, and the homework and not even homework because we're homeschooling. The work that has been required from these schools is horrible. It.
Do you know they
I'm
have
back in school.
what is it? What here's because now you have to help Joshua as I have to help my son Jeffrey with all of their schoolwork. And I'm
Hmm.
realizing I didn't like math for a reason. I didn't like it then, back when I was in school, and I don't like it now. And that is the thing that I'm always like inundated with is math.
That's the thing. Math, reading, all his work is late. Do you understand? I turn in everything late. That's half the problem. The teachers want you to scan something, upload it, put a file name on it. I need a class on just how to turn in the work. This is too
Yeah.
much.
It gets overwhelming because I have to be honest, I haven't checked my son's work since he started online because it's so overwhelming. I got an email from every teacher. There is stuff due, bibliography notes, contextual things. And like with the math, I was on a Zoom conference one time and Jeffrey goes,
Mhm.
I did not tell you not to call me that anymore. I need your help. The teacher wants to speak to you. So I run in there and the teacher's telling me, she's like, I've sent you many emails, Mrs. Shepherd. And I
Uh-huh.
didn't know how to say, I don't read no emails. So she's trying, and she said, well, I can teach you the math so you can teach Jeffrey. See, and that's the problem, Kym. When I found out I was going to be a comic, I dropped out of algebra.
Oh,
This
oh,
boy's in
yeah. I.
geometry.
What is that? What? What's geometry?
I don't
What is
know.
that? I don't.
I
Is
don't
that
know.
with the
It's like
lines,
n
or
equals
is that?
s times pi. That's the only thing I like is pi.
Oh,
Times pi. It's crazy because now we are like, and not wanting to
I'm
complain
tripping.
because you're trying to make the best of it. And we salute you, parents who are just trying to make the best of it. But I am now a barber. Jeffrey has a bald patch in his hair from where I tried to fade it. I am barber. I'm toenail clipper. I'm dog walker. I'm
Hmm.
a chef. I am homeschooler. I am
The cafeteria
counselor,
lady, the
cafeteria
crossing
lady,
guard.
you the crossing guard. And I'm just sitting here going, what happened to me? What happened to me?
Oh no, there is no me. If we wasn't doing this podcast, I'd be sitting there looking like a grown man right now.
You know who I look
This.
like if we weren't doing this podcast? Coolio.
Oh my God!
That's what I be looking like. Been
With the
living
braid.
most of my life, living in the crazy paradise.
Girl, and I be sitting there looking like the Rock, just big and bald. It don't make no sense.
It
And the
makes no
COVID got, look
sense.
at my nails. Look at this. This is not,
I
look at my nails.
know.
I had to take, oh, really? What, yours are grown out
No,
or
but
something?
you can't
Oh,
see where they're
I
like,
see
it's
where
like
they
the new
grown
growth
out. No, no,
where they're
no. I
grown
had to take mine off. Look at these. These hands are horrible. Nails, it's horrible. My nails haven't looked like this since I was 12. This
I
is the
know.
problem. You can't get your nails done. So
You
a
can't
mess, a
it's not
mess.
even my nails, it's my feet. I didn't know that my feet look like eagle's talons.
I did. I did look at my feet this morning, but this is the thing. I'm not as limber as I used to be either. I can't reach down there and just put my foot up here and just take care of it. You got to. I got to go
No.
to my foots. I got to go down and get the foots.
You
I
gotta
can't
go
bring the
to your
foots up.
foot.
Yeah, I can't bring the foots up.
Can I tell
I
you,
ain't limber.
I was in bed and I because you're not able to do the same home care like pedicure, manicure that when you go to the shop. And so I
Mhm,
was underneath my covers and I heard something scratching a tree trunk. And I said,
mhm.
it is a squirrel climbing up a tree underneath my sheets. And
Oh,
you know what it
did you
was, Kim?
what?
It was my feet. It was my feet scraping the sheets,
And you thought it was a squirrel?
climbing up a tree. It sounded like tree bark being peeled from a tree. You know
Wait,
that sound?
this is. You should check your sheets. You probably got it all. They're all ripped and shredded.
Like on Wolverine.
Yes.
That's what I feel like. I feel like the stuff that we took for granted, pedicures, manicures, getting our hair. And let me tell you something. I'm gonna be transparent. Underneath this is gray hair. It has grown in full. I look like
Um,
Lieutenant Uhura from Star Trek. Remember when she had the gray hair?
did
And
nobody ask you all that?
I
Did
know
nobody want to
it
hear
wasn't.
all?
It's a lot of Mother's Day sharing. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. And look, and so we've gotten ahead of ourselves. We have to introduce
Okay.
ourselves. We have so much fun when we talk. And this is why we wanted to start Two Funny Mamas podcast.
Mhm.
And for those who don't know who we are, like I said, I'm Sherri Shepherd, Kym Whitley. Kym, you want to give everybody like a brief biographical something to let them know who you are, just in case they're like tuning in the first time going, who are these two women? They're kind of crazy.
Okay. Hey, y'all. My name is Kym Whitley. I am an actress and a stand-up comic. Been friends with Sherri for years, but you might know my very
Emmy
first
Award winning
movie.
actress. Can I
Oh,
interrupt?
thank
Emmy
you.
Award winning
Yes, you
actress.
can.
You won an
Uh,
Emmy.
I appreciate you. I started my first movie was next Friday. I've done
Who did you
several
play in Next
television things.
Friday?
I played Aunt
See, we got to
Sugar.
unpack this. You're going too fast.
Oh, you want to
You were on a
unpack it?
yeah. We need to unpack with you. You were on a
Can
on a
you?
movie
Why don't you unpack the word unpack? That's
because
old
that's a lot to
Hollywood,
unpack.
old meeting term. Nobody know what that means.
Well, that's
She
what they're about to, because
detail.
we're about to
Okay.
open up and give details. Hence the
Okay.
word unpack.
Okay.
Because there's some stuff that's just really special. You're an Emmy Award winning actress. You won an Emmy for a nighttime Emmy for acting. You played a prisoner in prison, right?
All right. On it's called The Bay, the series. I played Big Candy, and I got an indie film award. I did get that for best
For that.
supporting
So
actress.
you've been lauded with awards for your acting. Okay. Now you did
Thank
a
you.
movie which a lot of people remember called Next Friday with Mike Epps,
Yes.
Ice Cube, um, who else was in the
Tamala
movie?
Jones, all kind
Pamela
of
Jones,
people.
Jacob
Uh,
Vargas.
yes.
And
Tiny.
you played a very sexy character in Next Friday. Her
That's
name
right.
was Sugar.
Aunt Sugar. I was,
Aunt Sugar.
DC Curry's girlfriend, and
And you
Ice
had
Cube
this
was his nephew.
you had the body of life and everybody lusted after you, and you played a very
I
sex
did used to have that.
starved woman. No, it's not that
Yes.
you used to have. It's just sometimes your body is life, sometimes it's death. Sometimes it's in between,
Yeah, you're right.
you know,
Aunt Sugar
but it's
been
still
eating some
good.
sugar. All right,
But
thanks.
the problem is you were sugar, now you're eating sugar. You just need to
Right.
adjust your life. Then after next Friday, now keep going.
Okay. Well, then after next Friday, I did a play called Beauty Shop, went on the road. Then I came back to Hollywood, and I did Moesha, different shows like that. And then I got a talk show called O Drama that ran on BET. And
Yes.
then I got to go to and do a show with audition, do a show with Larry David called Curb Your Enthusiasm. And I got to play a hooker, another hooker, by the name of Monina. And it was
Monina.
a carpool episode.
Now
Yeah,
what's
so,
special?
from.
Hold
Hmm.
on, we got to
Oh,
unpack
yeah.
again. We have to unpack again. What's special about you doing Curb Your Enthusiasm? Because a lot of actresses in Hollywood, a lot of Black actresses in Hollywood audition for that because apparently playing a hooker
Oh,
is
that's
pretty
right.
much all of our life's goals. And so we all auditioned for the role. None of us got it. You booked Curb Your Enthusiasm. Curb Your Enthusiasm is a show with Larry David where you improving everything, days and days and days and days of improving.
Yeah.
So Kym, like literally was in, and you can run your mouth for hours, Kym, but you were tired from doing this. Cause I remember I was in Cleveland at the time doing the vagina monologues
Uh
and
huh.
you were doing Curb Your Enthusiasm. Now here's a little bit of interesting backstory to this show. They had a scene, Larry David and Kym, because Larry David had picked up Kym on the freeway because you're a prostitute. And
Yes.
they went to a baseball game. Now, they were filming this scene. There was a man who was sitting behind them at the baseball game
Yes.
who later in real life was accused of murder. So it would be really interesting if you guys go back and find that episode of Kym Whitley
And
and
they
Kirby
have a
Enthusiasm
a
documentary,
documentary out about it called Longest Shot. And the
Longest Shot.
guy, our episode freed him from being accused of murder.
Because he was accused of murder. And had he not been able to prove he had an alibi, he was able
Yes.
to show the clip of him sitting behind Kym Whitley and Larry David on the episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. So he didn't go to prison. Like,
Yes.
wow.
Yep.
So I think
And
that's
that's
so
what the
interesting that
documentary was about. So that was a
you
great,
played a part.
right. And that was my first, I got on the Emmy ballot. Larry David was very upset I didn't get an Emmy for that.
Yeah, you should have gotten an Emmy for that. So many things you should have gotten an Emmy for. Then Kym had a reality show based on her life in her village when she adopted her son Joshua called Raising Whitley, which by
That's
the
right.
way, today is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day again, everybody. Kym Whitley's show, OWN network is bringing back the old episodes of when she first started, when her son Joshua was a baby,
Yeah.
of Raising Whitley. So that premieres today on Mother's Day as well.
Today
Today,
on
so go to the
OWN, please.
OWN, go to the OWN network. You can share our YouTube, our
Mm-hmm.
Two Funny Mamas podcast with your friends. Please subscribe. But you can also see Kym on some episodes of Raising Whitley. So and then you wrote a book called The Delusion of Cinderella.
That's
You
right.
wrote a
I
book called The
wrote it.
Delusion of Cinderella for the grown folks. It's a very
Yes.
erotic. It's erotic fiction, and we actually get to see what goes on in that freaky ass mind of yours. Excuse me, it's Mother's Day. You're gonna have to
It
edit that
is
out.
Mother's
We
Day.
get to see what's going on in that freaky mind of yours, and the book actually climbed to the top
I
of
was looking for
Amazon.
it.
So
That's
I say
right.
you're
It
pretty
did.
accomplished. I'd say you
I
are.
did do the book. Wait a minute. Hold up.
You
I'm
got the
still
book.
no. I got the book. But what I
Only Kym would leave
realized
the
is I
podcast.
got junk everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, only Kym would leave the podcast to get the book. You got the book, The
I
Delusion of
did leave the
Cinderella.
podcast to get the book. This
That's
book right here, especially
by
right
Kym
now
Whitley.
during these times, this is the book to read.
That's a
This
good
would be
read.
your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your discussion. Appreciate that. It was a great shout out.
That's a pretty heavy
Today.
pantser, that book. And
Yeah.
congratulations, because it went to the top of Amazon. A lot of people bought it. Kym is in talks with people to, what do you call it, make it into a movie.
That would
So
be
adapt it.
nice. Yes.
The adapted
Yes.
screenplay based on
I
the
like
book.
that.
So
Adapted. You
it's
got big
adapted.
words, Sherri.
Well,
So
you know.
that's me in a nutshell. I got a show on
And
Netflix right
you're
now called
on.
Black AF. Huh?
Oh, you're on Black AF with Kenya
Right.
Barris. And
That's
you're
right.
also on a
So
show called
streaming.
Raising 20.
Not rated.
Raising
It's called 20s on BET and
20.
on Netflix, Young and Hungry. Yep.
Wait a minute, you're on 3 shows at the same time?
Trying to be like you, Sherri Shepherd.
Okay, if you're gonna be like
All
me, I'm not on
streaming.
any shows. I'm
You
not on
are
any show.
on Iglesias on Netflix. What's wrong with you?
Oh, that's right. I'm on Mr. Iglesias on Netflix. Our
You
second
just did The
season is
Masked
coming out.
Singer. What's
I
wrong with
just did The
you?
Masked Singer. I was the penguin on The Masked Singer. That's right. I forgot. Sometimes you feel I've been quarantined so long, Kym, I don't even know who I am anymore.
Uh,
I got in my
uh,
car the other day and I was like, how do I drive?
I did the same thing. Been locked up so long. I was like, am I going to forget how to drive?
I literally was locked up so long,
Tripping.
I forgot how to drive. I
I've
forgot
been
which
locked
side
up
my
so long, I forgot how a man's touch feels. I don't.
I can't even blame that on the quarantine. I forgot how a man
Oh,
touch feels. So
yeah.
we've definitely that's another thing. How do we do the dating after
No,
Corona?
forget all that. Can you introduce yourself to our new audience?
Oh, that's right. As you can tell, we get distracted quite a bit.
This.
That's something we got to go back to that and talk about that, but not on the Mother's Day.
Wait,
So
I got on your shirt. Did I tell you that? I took this out your closet.
Kym didn't have anything to wear for this podcast because it's such a special day. So I dropped off some clothes a while ago, and I've been kind of wondering when I was going to get them back.
Well, this one
Just saying.
stinks, so you don't want it back. Okay.
Well, it didn't
Sorry.
stink when I gave it to you.
Nope,
It
it
smelled
still got the tag on it, but I left the tag on it in the back so you can have it back. I'm gonna put some Febreze under the arms and I'm going to give it back to you because essential dry cleaners are not open right now, so it's not essential. Now, you want me to wash your silky shirt or you want me to just Febreze the underarms and give it back to you?
just Febreze the underarms. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it, Kym.
Everyone, this is Sherri Shepherd, actress, stand-up comic, producer, mother extraordinaire. Take it away, Sherri.
So thank you, Kym Whitley. I'm Sherri Shepherd. For those of you who don't know me, you may have recognized me as one of the co-hosts on the daytime talk show on ABC, The View. At one time, right now, it's Meghan McCain and Sunny Hostin and Whoopi and Joy. But at the time when I co-hosted, it was Elizabeth Hasselbeck. Me, it was Whoopi Goldberg, it was Joy Behar and Barbara Walters. So I was on The View for 7 years and then an 8th year as like a fill-in. You may recognize me playing Ramona, I believe that was my name, on 30 Rock, Tracy Morgan's wife on 30 Rock. You may recognize me as Sergeant Judy on Everybody Loves Raymond. I was Brad Garrett's partner. Or Sheila from the Jamie Foxx show. If you were fans of Suddenly Susan with Brooke Shields, you would have seen me on Suddenly Susan. I was on a show called Trial and Error with Kristen Chenoweth and John Lithgow. I feel like I'm leaving out something really.
Why are you trying to drop bigger names than me? I didn't drop no names. I didn't add all kind of stars in there. You go add. First, you started with Barbara Walters. Don't start this, Sherri Shepherd. You know we could go there. Don't you start name dropping. I got friends too. Just tell them about your career.
I was, but some people may not know what 30 Rock is.
And then
They may not know. So I was trying to give you some, because they may not know 30 Rock, but they know Tina Fey. They may not know the movie Top 5 that I was in, but they know Chris Rock. They may not know the movie I was in, One for the Money, but they know, the other actresses, John Leguizamo. They may not know that I was, the movie Beauty Shop, but they know Queen Latifah. They may not know. So that's why I was name dropping. That is
and
why.
she's on Netflix right now on a show. Come on.
I'm on a show on Netflix called Mr. Iglesias with the comedian Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias. And that's on Netflix streaming right now. The first season. You can also watch the second season. It'll be coming up.
And a dramatic role on the Banks
a film
movie.
Called Brian Banks with Aldous Hodge and Morgan Freeman and Greg Kinnear. See, because they may not know, me from that movie. So I'd say that.
That's how she looked in the movie.
Are you serious? I was crying. They were taking
you
my
was
son
Viola
to
Davis from Fences.
But
without
I didn't
the
have
snot.
Without the snot.
You didn't have the snot.
I tried. I tried. There's a thing in Hollywood. We try to get the Viola Davis snot. That's not for the faint of heart. It's not for the faint of heart. Get the Viola Davis snot.
And it ain't for your co-star either.
Yeah, don't make that co-star want to be up on you.
No.
It really don't. Even in personal stuff. And I think that's it. I think I wrote 2 books, permission
That's
slips.
right.
One called How to Lose Weight and Beat Diabetes, even if you don't have it. It was number 13 on the New York Times bestseller list. I had a wig line on QVC, and I don't do that anymore. But I think that's about it. And we're both mothers. My son is Jeffrey. He's 15 years old. He's a typical
Wow.
teenager because we're both single mothers. So I don't know
15.
how Joshua is at 9. Joshua's 9 years old.
Yes. Joshua
My
is
son is
9 years
my son
old.
is moody and sullen and Ma, why are you in my room? Ma, get out of my, it's just like his voice is Kym, his voice is a mixture of Shaquille O'Neal and Peter Brady singing It's Time to Change. So it's Ma.
That's hilarious.
I'm
Joshua's
going
voice
through
has
it.
not changed yet. I forgot
Yeah,
about
because
that.
he's 9.
But he likes his balls. He does play with his
Well,
balls a lot.
I'm glad he does like his balls, as well he should.
No. He need to wash his hands. He always got his hands in his pants, and I don't like it. But then
You
other
know what
men
it
tell
is?
me that's what they do. They said that's
It's
they into
cathartic.
that.
It really is cathartic. I think men think better when they have their hands in their pants. So it's like a
I remember I
nervous
used to
step.
see my dad with his hands in his pants. I was like, that's what then
My
he'd take
dad,
it out because he see me looking. But Joshua, he said, they squishy. Mommy, they're squishy. I was like, what's wrong with you? He said, I like it. I was like, go
and
wash
that
your
is the
hands.
appropriate response. I
And then
think
he
that is
starts
the
digging in his nose. Oh gosh, boys are so nasty.
that sounds like my ex-husband. Same thing. Hands in pants, digging in nose. Doesn't change. Same thing till they get grown. So we are 2
Wow.
funny mothers, 2 funny mamas. That is the name of our podcast. And we
Yes.
decided, because we've known each other. I
Spread
mean,
the
so many
word. Spread the word.
please tell everybody to subscribe to our YouTube channel to actually see us. And we're on all of the podcast platforms. So you can also, from here, go to the other podcast platforms that we're on to actually hear us while you're driving or doing stuff. But we just decided to start this podcast out because we love talking and we love having fun. And if you've seen us, follow us on Instagram at Kym Whitley or
Yes.
at Sherri Shepherd. You've seen us do Instagram lives together. We've got videos together, and we're going to give you just content and fun stuff. And we love talking about relationships. What else do we like talking about, Kym?
You love talking about politics and
I
all
love
things
politics.
in the world. I'm not really
What?
that girl, but I go with you because Sherri would tell me somebody's name, like the judge. You was like the judge that's in the hospital right now. I was like, I can't remember her name, but if you say her name, I got you.
There you
Yeah.
got it.
So
Now,
yeah.
the one thing I will say, we were not going to do too much politics on Two Funny Mamas because sometimes it can
No,
get we want to have fun. So we've chosen to leave the politics on the side and do that. There's a
you
time for
can't help
politics.
it. You can't help it. Maybe this
I know I
first
love
show you're
politics
not
so
gonna say
much.
nothing, but you love politics. You want everybody to go vote. Everything you're gonna be
I
in it.
do.
I know
I
you're gonna
do.
be
Well,
in it.
maybe instead of talking about politics all the time, maybe like once in a while we'll bring a political figure on
Okay,
to
I'll go with
because
that.
I love political people making things plain for me so that I know
Yes.
as a single mom what I need to do to change the world to make it a better place for my son, for my nieces
Yes.
and nephews. So I like things to be made plain and I like hearing from both sides and I have my opinion. So maybe we could every once in a while we could do that, huh?
Okay. I'll agree. I'll go with that. I
Because
definitely
my
will.
vision you tell me what your vision is for Two Funny Mamas, but mine is to bring in people who are just like experts at things that I'm always curious about people, Kym. I want to know what makes people tick. And I want to know how to raise this boy better because I'm a woman. I'm trying to
Yes.
raise this boy and whoo,
And
you
let
see
me
me
tell
going
you something.
cross-eyed?
He's already 15, honey. You running out of time. He ain't gonna be a man. You're gonna turn around. He's gonna be 18. So you got to
No,
pour in while we in this COVID quarantine situation. This is the time to spend time with him. But we so busy. I taught Joshua how to make oatmeal this morning. I was excited. I would have never taught him that.
I know because that means he
He'd have
can do
been,
it
yeah.
himself. That's the thing because I had Jeffrey microwave some stuff himself and I'm like, I got to teach you some because first I liked him relying on me. That felt good. But now being in this quarantine, I'm like, no. You got to learn some self-independent
Yes.
skills.
Yeah.
Because when this quarantine is over, I'm putting you out. I'm just saying. I'm
You can't
just
do
trying
that.
to prepare them. I know it's not legal,
It's only
but I
15.
was.
What? You trying to get a
When
man in
he
there?
learns how to spell emancipation, we'll talk about that. So we're having so much fun. This is just, and happy Mother's Day again, everybody. Happy
Yes.
Mother's Day. You look motherly, and I look motherly. I decided to wear some colors. One thing I wanted to say that just hit me. I like the idea of Two Funny Mamas with Sherri Shepherd and Kym Whitley. You had a different name that you wanted to name us. Do you remember?
Oh,
TRF.
I was gonna say
Two
two.
reform.
Oh yeah. Two reform freaks, or was it two reform hoes? Which one was
It
it?
was Two Reformed Hoes. You
Yeah,
wanted to
I
call the
thought that'd be a
podcast.
better name. I mean, you could write in, make a comment. If y'all think instead of Two Funny Mamas, it should be called Two Reformed Hoes.
This is what we want you to do. When you subscribe, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and listen to us on the platforms. And please, when you listen to us, leave a review of our podcast, because we need reviews to keep going. So and let us know if you think the title Two Funny Mamas is good, or if Two Reformed Hoes is more appropriate. I don't think it's appropriate because one of us is not reformed all the way. Just saying.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can call it something that you're not. Not saying I'm saying the subjective you are not allowed. I'm going to say one. One is not. I don't know if one is allowed to call a podcast a title that one cannot fulfill.
I am a mama. Now the other part's about me.
But the
All
reformed
right.
hoe may need a little work. So see, we are two funny mamas, but we might be 1.5 reformed hoes.
What?
I'm just putting that out there.
Because you're still doing it. Are you? Are you still doing it? Are you? Okay. Kids might be listening. I don't know.
No, this podcast is not for children.
It's definitely not for kids.
This is not a podcast for children. That's on the Nickelodeon channel and the Disney channel. However, that's for another podcast. It'll be called Are You Still Doing It? How's that sound?
That could be one of our topics.
That podcast will last 2 seconds. No.
Yes. How you know? I don't know.
I don't know. But I like the title of the podcast. Are you still doing it?
So I have my head down. So I have a question for you.
Okay.
What does love look like for you? Like what is love for you? Because you like being in love, but what does it look like? What is it?
What does love look like? Oh my gosh, that's hard to answer in 30 seconds. But love looks like
Who said you got 30 seconds? This ain't a game show.
Oh, is this like a rapid round of what is love look like?
No, it was just a question. Why you gotta always take it to the game show area?
I'm not. I'm just when you say what does love look like, that requires thought, and it's hard to say. It looks like Fuji apples.
Oh, I like them, but I like Honeycrisp better. Okay,
that's
what does
heart?
Like, okay, no. See, that's the thing. I always think about you love being in love, but I don't know if you really know what it looks like, what it feels like. What's it smell like?
It smells like 6'1", muscles, working out at the gym, nappy hair, and a good sense of humor. That's what love smells like.
Okay, that was good.
Yep.
What does love make you feel?
Oh, geez, like, another love question? What's with the love question?
I didn't like your answer.
Is it for you to like when you say I have a question for you?
Okay, I got it. Okay, all right. I got another question then.
Okay.
I don't like y'all seeing all my job. Okay, here's another question. This is you're gonna be like that. What? Okay, I'm looking at my notes. Okay, if you die, what is your letter sound like to Jeffrey? Why you
Why
frowning?
would
I'm
you
asking.
ask me that on Mother's Day?
I think it's mothers need to think about this. Okay, maybe you're right. Okay, maybe I went
Yeah,
too
maybe
far.
I'm right. You think maybe that should be a separate episode of getting your stuff together before you go, but not on Mother's Day? What do you want to bring
But
it down for?
because during this environment that we live in, you never know. I'm gonna write a letter.
This is a Mother's Day show. I have on turquoise.
You
This is
got
not
you look like it's Easter. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that's a
for
Mother's Day
real.
choice, but it's cute. It's a little
Well, what's a
Eastery.
Mother's Day
Yeah.
color?
Probably like a pink, a yellow. No, yellow's Easter too. Like me. You probably should have on something like me,
Geraniums? I don't
flowers.
want geraniums. I don't want to wear geraniums. I'm done wearing geraniums. That's what they put me in when they couldn't find anything in my size. I'm not doing geraniums anymore. I'm not saying anything
Okay.
about your size. I'm saying I don't want to wear geraniums.
I
I
love
like
this shirt, but
thank you.
can
It's
you
mine.
please get the hair out your eye?
Oh yeah. That was happening. Why don't I ask you some
Well,
questions?
ask
I
me
think
a
my
question. Well, hold up,
yeah,
hold up, hold up.
I
The
think my questions
teachers
are
are
a little bit
calling me. The teachers.
on Mother's Day.
They want to know where is Joshua's. Why didn't you turn in Joshua's work? They always ask me that about Sunday. About where is
Did you tell
Joshua's
him
work?
you
Because I'm supposed to turn it
did you
in on
tell him
Friday.
that you're gonna turn it in? Maybe tape a $5 bill to it when you scan it, because that show your
Oh
appreciation for the
yeah, that's
teacher.
so funny. Okay, I'm ready.
You know what I'm thinking about doing for Mother's Day? Literally is I think Jeffrey has 4 teachers. I'm thinking about sending them like a pizza or something like that. Cupcake. Something.
To to
They
who?
might need a glass of wine too. Or maybe I should send them some
To
liquor.
the teachers?
Yeah.
They're probably like, don't send nothing. It might have contamination on it.
But if it's all wrapped up, why you bring doom and gloom and everything? I just want to do something nice for the teachers. I want to shout out the teachers because I'm over here complaining
No,
about
you're right.
homeschooling. And it really makes me appreciate the teachers of the world who have to raise this boy and deal with his sullen and moody behind.
No,
So
you're
any
right.
teachers
You're
out
right.
there, I salute you. We salute you and applaud you. And if your mother, say Happy Mother's Day, because I did not know you had to deal with all of this. Had I known you had to deal with all of this, I'd have whooped him before I brought him to school. Matter of fact, now
I,
that I do know
yep.
you got to deal with all this, I'm gonna tear his up before I
I,
drop him off to you.
it is a
You're
lot
welcome.
because you're right. I would have sat with Joshua first day of school, and at least 3 days out the week, I would sit right there with him in class
Yeah,
if
and
I'd
let
have
him know the
known
deal. There's some stuff we
this.
should have let our kids know. And this is because this is Mother's Day. We tend to meander because both of us deal with executive functioning disorder. You can tell by your reaction, Kim. Exactly, exactly. And so,
You got to tell them what it is.
executive functioning disorder is like we get overwhelmed, we get distracted, we don't put stuff back in its place. Everything is just chaotic because for some
Yes.
reason it's kids. We just never learn how to put stuff in compartments and deal with stuff. So the way we operate, even on our Two Funny Mamas podcast, we just don't have an order to how we do
Ain't no
stuff,
order.
right?
There is no order. She tried to type up an order. She
I
ain't said
did.
one thing on the page.
Even
She
though
ain't
one thing
said
on the page.
one thing on the page.
And so we both suffer from executive functioning disorder and we both suffer from ADHD.
It's
We
real.
it's really real. So for those of you who are wondering, should I put my kids on medicine? If you don't, welcome to Two Funny Mamas podcast.
Hey, mama.
Hey mama. I knew this was gonna pay off. When my mother was popping me in my mouth, Kim, I knew it was gonna pay off one day, which is I
You
want to
had
bring it
to.
back to the mothers right now. Thinking about our mothers, both our mothers are in heaven right now, having a good old time. But is there some advice that you got from your mother? Is there something your mother used to say to you that you just kind of brushed off and now you realize, you know what? She was right.
Yeah, first of all, your big giant panther dog walked behind you and got in the shot. That's what was very.
That's Lexi.
People were probably like, she has a panther.
That's my guard dog. I have a guard dog.
Tell him it's a dog and not a panther.
She's not a
Okay.
panther. She's a guard dog because I'm a single mother and I have a
Right.
guard dog because I get
Uh
scared sometimes. Okay.
yeah, I understand. I would
What advice
say,
did your mom give you that you'd have brushed off, but now you go, wow, it's so true?
oh, that's the question. That's different. The advice my mother has given me that I brushed off, well, she said, marry a rich man. She said you will be more comfortable in life. Just marry a rich man, then you can do what you want to.
And what was
You
your
could.
response at the time?
Everybody don't need no rich man. I'm gonna do my own thing. I got this. Rich man. I'm not with some older old rich man. She was like, it doesn't matter if you. She said, it doesn't matter what he looks like. She said, if you spend enough time with a troll, you can fall in love with a troll. I was like,
Oh, and
I
now how do
didn't
you
think
feel
about
about
that,
that now?
honey. Where is the troll farm? I am looking. I'll take a troll with a bank account so I can stop working so much.
You said, I will take a troll right now.
Yes. As
Right now.
Jeffrey, hey Jeffrey. Was that who
Oh,
was that behind you?
that's my nephew.
Lord have
Jeffrey's on
mercy.
the other side. He refuses to do the camera. He will not come on
Oh,
the camera.
okay. That was your nephew. You see, I
My
did my
mother,
podcast where nobody can walk in.
see,
There's
and
no room
here's
behind me.
if you want to know the difference between Kym Whitley and I, Kym is in her office and it's so beautiful. She's got the great backdrop. Behind me is a kitchen. I made bacon and
Another
waffles
dog.
and grilled some vegetables. I got an air fryer back there. I think my bra is hanging off the edge of the chair. I got some wigs on the couch. The dogs are walking back and forth. That is a chaos
Life.
of my life.
It's life.
This is where my computer is. It's in the kitchen. So it's gonna look pretty much like this every time we do the podcast.
I
But
like it. It's
well,
real.
thank you
This
very
is what
much.
happened.
It's very real. It's so real.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some advice my mother gave me that I brushed off, and now I'm like, yes, that's true. My mother used to say, kind of along the lines of your mom telling you to marry a rich guy. She used to say, love don't pay the rent. And I would say to my mom, you
Yes.
don't understand. You older. When you in love, love conquers everything. And she go, it don't pay the rent. And I wish I could get on the ground and kneel in front of my mother and go, I'm sorry, because I have found out love does not pay the rent.
Yes, me too.
I got in
Me
a little bit of
too.
trouble there because I was in love and I thought that rent was going to get paid. You know what gets paid?
Yeah.
Court bills get paid.
Oh,
Rent, not so much.
Sherri. No, you're
Was there
right.
something else your mom told you? Or what was there a piece of advice your mother gave you that to this day, like you use with Joshua?
Well, yeah. My mother early on, she would always tell me to sing to him and to read to him. My mother used to leave us books on tape before they were even invented. She would read
Mm,
all our books on tape, and we would listen to them at night before we went to bed. She was probably upstairs playing cards and drinking. I thought it was brilliant. Um, but patience that I use with Joshua, my mother was like, you gotta have patience and hugs, lots of love and hugs for your kids. And because my mother, me and my nieces think I'm so mean. I am a mean auntie. But what I
mm.
realized is I was mean to them. She's like, why are you so mean to these girls? Why are you so mean?
Ooh,
They don't think you like them. And then I had to catch myself. The reason I've been so mean with my nieces is because I wanted them to be the best they could be. I wanted them to
mm.
succeed. So I was correcting them every second. And I probably do that with my son. And sometimes just loving and having fun wins than always correcting.
That's
So trying to
good.
work
That's
on that.
really so showing more love and more patience.
Yes.
If
Yes.
you don't shut up, I swear
She
to God.
Just let wait a minute. What kind of shorts you got? Is that a mini skirt or shorts? What the heck? That's the Panther. You know we can see you. You nasty little. Ooh, how
I
you
got on
gonna have
shorts.
on a
Look, because you're
Mother's
not
Day
supposed to see the
top,
bottom of what I
but
got
a
on.
but
I
a
don't know. The
hoochie
dogs
mama
are
bottom?
freaking. What?
Yeah, they wanted to go outside. Girl, we thought you had on a flowing skirt at the bottom. You jumped up and it looked like you're going to go to the Mother's Day brunch and then the club later. That's what it looked like.
Well, hey, it just bees like that sometimes.
It was cute. The dogs wanted to go outside.
Thank you so much. I'm trying to my computer. Have patience with us. We're learning as we go. I did not know my dogs had to do something like go to the bathroom and pee. So I had to open up the door and let them out because they were
That's
getting
all
on my
right.
nerves.
I was holding it down.
You gave some really great advice. My mom passed away when I was in my early 20s. So I can't remember a lot of stuff, but I do remember my mother used to say, don't cock your legs open for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. And that's what she used to say it too, for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. And I would be like, why are you talking like that? All of them. But then I would go, who is Tom, Dick, and Harry? I don't even know those people. And I'm 14.
Wow. Yeah.
So I was like, what are you talking about? So one thing I've learned from that, because my mother would have these sayings, don't put your hand in this lion's mouth because you're going to get bit. Of course you are. But what are you talking about as it pertains to me not wanting to go to school? And then there's another, she used to say, don't where you work. Remember that one? Don't where you work.
You're like, why but I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I would go to the bath. Like, I never understood my mother's sayings. I never understood it. And so that has taught me, when I'm talking to Jeffrey, I might give him a saying, but I pretty much talk to him and explain things to him. Like, I just go, this is what I'm talking about, because I don't ever want you to walk away from me with a confused look on your face. So that's what I got from my mom. And I never tell Jeffrey, don't cock your legs open for any Jessica, Amber, or Chloe. I should, though. I should tell him that.
Please say it. Please say it.
Jeffrey, don't cock your legs open for every Jessica, Amber, or Chloe.
That's right.
He just closed his door.
He did. Cocked his legs open. That's bad.
So I love that. Let me see. What's another one?
Mother's Day. Is that what you're?
Because this is Mother's Day. What does Mother's Day mean to you?
What does Mother's Day mean to me? It means I'm going to get a gift and I'm going to get probably breakfast in bed. Well, that's what I used to do for my mother. It's a great memory for me. Mother's Day, I loved it because I was like, oh, I'm going to show mommy what I can do. I cook her some eggs and get her a gift. Mother's Day is a day of appreciation for women who work tirelessly. So
any shout outs to any mothers in your life?
Oh my God, there's so many. All my girlfriends.
Okay, you ain't got that much time.
Okay. Well, I know my aunt Stella. She was like a surrogate mom, my mother's best friend. All my aunties. There's a lot of mothers. Carlton's mama, Miss Reynolds. I got to say hi to her. You got grandmas and Kym Enoch's mom, Connie Enoch. That's my mama. So there are so many people, and I probably should have sent something. But
that's another thing, Kym, I didn't do. I didn't do any cards. You remember when you used to write like 30 or 40 cards and send them out? I didn't do any Mother's Day cards. Nothing.
Mother's Day cards, because we're working. It's busy.
I know we're working.
Send flowers. We got to call people. But right now, if you have somebody, today is the day. Pick up the phone. We ain't doing nothing. We in quarantine. Text them, call them, take a moment.
That's a good idea.
And say Happy Mother's Day to people that you've appreciated in your life.
And I would love this, listeners and viewers. I don't know what I call you because I don't know which format you're hearing. Are you hearing us or listening to us? And you can subscribe to our Two Funny Mamas YouTube channel. Hear us on all the podcast platforms. But if you're listening or you're watching, we would love to know, what do you do for some of the mothers in your life? Like, what do you send flowers? Do you still send candy? And what do you do during the quarantine season? Because I know somebody who's very important to me is my dad's wife, Vita Shepherd. I want to shout her out. She's been an incredible wife to my dad and stepmom to my sisters and I gained a bonus sister, Jessica Allen. So happy Mother's Day, Vita. So she's the one, and my auntie Bunny, Sandra Shepherd, who I have to shout out. And I always want to try to get them something on Mother's Day, and I didn't do it. Today is Mother's Day, so I'm saying to you both, I love you, and it's in the mail. Something special gonna be in the mail. This is when you forget to do something, Kym. I got to go in my closet and pull down something crazy cute and send to both of them.
Oh, and send to them
like a cute wig.
You can just. I think cash is king. You can
cash is always king.
Venmo.
Cash is always. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna send some cash to the mothers. So happy Mother's Day, everybody. And I think that I wanted to ask you, I wanted to end our show, even though because you have other things to do. Raising Whitley, you have to get off this podcast because Raising Whitley is out today. It is premiering today on the OWN network. So please check it out. And I have Mr. Iglesias on Netflix streaming right now. Kym is also on, good grief, she's on 20s. She's on Begging. Kym, is that what it is? You're on Black AF.
Did you say Begging? What is that?
I thought that was a show that you're on. Begging.
Are you trying to be funny? I'm not begging.
No,
you're talking about begging. Oh, I can't wait till we get off here so I can really ask what's wrong with you. You talking about 20s? And then on BET. You talking about
I said Black AF.
Black AF. Netflix. Yes.
There's no show called Begging? We were just talking about it in the meeting.
Bigger. I'm not on Bigger. I'm not on it. My niece Tyler is on it. I'm going to be on it.
Oh, your niece Tyler is on it. Okay.
But we ain't going to be on nothing right now because they're not filming nothing.
Okay, well then we're
going to be on this podcast.
And you can we have more episodes coming out on Two Funny Mamas, our podcast. So please subscribe to YouTube so you can hear some more podcasts. We're talking about love, relationships, being mamas, everything in between. We're pretty raw with our executive functioning disorder. But I wanted to ask you, I'm going to give you a round of rapid fire questions. Can I ask you a round of rapid fire questions?
Why you ain't send me none? I think I got some right here.
If I sent them to you, then you wouldn't know that you would already have known your answer. So I want you to just give me the first answer that comes to your mind, okay? You ready?
Lord, now we playing a game. Go ahead.
You like game playing, don't you? You have a bunch of batteries for the games. All right, here we go.
Whatever.
Usher or Justin Timberlake?
Usher.
Pizza or tacos?
Tacos.
TD Jakes or Joel Osteen?
Oh, TD Jakes.
The View or The Talk?
The View. Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying.
Martha Stewart or Rachel Ray?
Oh, Rachel Ray. That's my girl.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Chris Rock or Dave Chappelle?
Oh, that's a tough one. Dave Chappelle at night, Chris Rock in the morning.
Oh, look at you.
You were asking about comedy. Oh, my bad. I thought you
Yeah, I like that you went there. Dave Chappelle at night and Chris Rock in the morning. Okay, I'm going to have to text Chris Rock and tell him that. 80s music or 90s music?
80s music.
The 80s, baby. Regular TV or Netflix?
Netflix.
Yeah, because you are on Netflix. Michael Jackson or Prince?
Oh, come on. That's not fair. Michael Jackson or Prince?
Shimon.
Prince. I'll take Prince since I met him.
All right, girl. And one more. Christmas or Halloween?
Christmas. Halloween, really?
Mother's Day or Valentine's Day?
Oh, wow. Oh. Well, right now they both same. Ain't no man involved, so it don't matter. We sitting at home on Valentine's Day and Mother's Day. I've been in here since Valentine's Day. So what you talking about?
That's about
so
right.
Let's see. I'll go with Mother's Day because Valentine's Day got too much candy.
That sounds good. And how are you going to end your Mother's Day today?
I'm going to end my Mother's Day today by watching a movie with my son and reading him a story. And you know what? Paying honor to my mom and just talking to her picture and telling her thank you, and thank
Oh, your mom was really there for you. She was very
you. Yeah,
supportive
she
of
was
your
good.
career and everything you tried to do. Because you were kind of
Yeah,
weird, and she supported your weirdness.
she did. I was a tomboy and crazy, and my mother was like, "Oh, she a little different." She named me KYM. Who does that? I was like, I could be a Kimberly. She was like, No, you're a Kym, KYM. She said, You're different. I was like, Well, how'd you know? In the womb?
And wow, how true how true that became. And that's really like your destiny, you being so different. It has
Yeah.
helped you reach a pinnacle and even go beyond being different and not like everybody else. So thank you, Mom.
Yes, thank you. And what about you? How are you going to end your Mother's Day today?
I'm in my Mother's Day because I remember my mother would always say to me, she would look at me and she go, "You're gonna end up in jail. I don't know how, I don't know when, but you gonna end up in jail."
Well, you've done that. So what's next?
And I did go to jail. I went to jail for 8 days. Thank you, Mom. You see, when you speak something over somebody's life, might not even have gone to jail. And I'm a little resentful. I may not even have gone to jail. But my
Yes.
mother spoke that on my life. And she just look at me and be like, "Yeah, I don't know when you going to be. I don't know how it's going to happen. But your little behind, you little fast, you going to be in jail." And darn it if I didn't go to jail. Boy, my
You
mother didn't
did.
say, "Sherri, you different. You going to stand head and shoulders above the rest. You're going to walk to the beat of your own drum, and I support you." No, you're
Yes.
going to be in jail. I don't know when, but you're going to jail. And you're going to look back on this day and you're going to
Oh,
say, "Mama
God.
told me." And I am looking back on that day.
A day. You know what I'm saying? So, to all the mothers out there, watch what you speak into your child's life.
Watch what you speak in your child's life. Oh, gosh.
Oh,
We love you guys. We're going to end
yes.
this because
Thank you.
Kym has to do a cooking show with Ricky Smiley. We'll let you know when
Yeah.
that airs. When do you know when that airs, Kym? Oh, it's
It's
live.
yeah, so that will
You
have
might,
probably
if you that
you
you
can look
might
for it.
re-air
It's
it.
on Fox
Yes,
Soul or something. Yeah.
on Fox Soul. So look for it. And Raising Whitley is premiering today. So watch the OWN network for episodes of Raising Whitley, and
Or the
please come
OWN
back.
app.
Subscribe
Yes, or the
on the
OWN
OWN
app.
app.
Yes.
Subscribe to our Two Funny
Also,
Mamas podcast with Sherri Shepherd
please.
and Kym Whitley. And we're on all of the platforms for podcasts. Please review our podcast. That's so important. Review, rate it, and say you'd like to come back and hear some more. So we're going to
And
say good afternoon.
share it.
Share it, please. Tell your friends to follow us and share the podcast. Share the love because we're all about love. So happy Mother's Day, everybody.